Okay, welcome back to the channel, guys. So as you can see here on the table, I have all of these parts. It's been sent out to me by DIY Watch Club. They've sent me a watch, movement, dial, hands, tools, everything I need on the table here. It's been sent to me so I can assemble a watch. It's a club where you get to experience putting together your own watch. So I wanted to try it for myself. They contacted me and said, you know what, I'll give it a crack. I'll give it a crack on YouTube. It's going to be fun. It's going to be challenging. Let's check it out. Okay, welcome back, guys. So as you can see here, we've taken everything out of the box, so we're going to get stuck into it straight away. Let's see how long it takes us to assemble this watch with all these parts. First up, let's start the clock and away we go. So we prepare the case. We need to take the case back off, and as you can see, all of the tools, this case back remover, it's all supplied, so we don't have to buy anything. It's all included in the package. So the case back, I'll place it down so no dust gets into it. We keep it nice and safe. Then with the supplied tweezers, as you can see, I take off the rubber seal, move that aside, put that in a safe place. The crown itself, I need to unscrew it, nice and easy. And again, make sure these parts are placed in a proper area so that you don't lose them. Now, lastly on the case is the movement holder. So as you can see, the movement holder, and there's a spacer that I forgot, but that's cool. Now we get the movement. With the movement, I need to remove the existing crown, which is a temporary one, and put the proper one in there. So we just place it in accordingly. There you go, a little bit of a persuasion, and there it is. Nice and gentle, make sure you don't force this. So just check it. Yep, seems to be working. Now the dial lines up with the actual movement. It's got some pins on the bottom which you line up, and when you get this spot on, you really just gently at the edges of the dial press on the dial and the movement case. Make sure you don't press on the rotor or any part of the movements, you know, for workings and so forth. It will damage the movement. So nice and gentle on the edges. Now with the movement holder, we align it up nice and easy. Make sure that the crown goes in the appropriate position. There you go. And again, just gently on the sides, we press it down firmly, the movement holder and the top of the dial. And as you can see, I use the rubber gloves so I don't use any fingerprints and so forth. So nice and easy, nice and gentle. And whatever dust particles I have, I just remove. So all these things are supplied, guys. Now next, the hands. This is going to be difficult. So the first thing we need to do is get it to midnight. So as you can see, I get the watch wound up and bang, that's saying to me that it's just gone to midnight. So I'll leave it there hacked. Now I get the hour hand, I line it up, and with the appropriate tools, I gently persuade it. And with all this stuff that I'm doing here, guys, there's actually videos to show you how it's done, which is brilliant. So once you receive this product, they put you onto a website which shows you step by step how to do this. And even though I'm doing this in 10 minutes, nice and quick, you can see it's cut away and so forth. This whole process took me about 40 minutes. So it's not that bad. Now I'm just checking, as you can see, the hand, when it clicks over, boom, midnight. There you go. So for me, that's good enough. Next, I need to put on the minute hand, and as you can see, we line it up with the hour hand at midnight because it's still hacked. Nice gentle persuasion with the appropriate hand tool. Yep, just place it in and away you go. So sometimes you might need to put a little bit of extra force, but again, the video instructions are so clear and concise, you can't go wrong. Let's just test this out. Make sure 3 o'clock lines up. Yep. I'll do the same thing with 6 o'clock, just to make sure that the hour and the minute look spot on. So 6 o'clock. Nice. Might as well do the 9 and the 12. So that's one of the things that the instructions show you to do, is to make sure that if you've installed this properly, it will line up. Check the 12. Whoops. There you go. Good enough. Yep, spot on. So next, the one and only, the seconds hand. This is the most difficult one to put on, guys. And if you get this wrong, if you pretty much wreck the stem, if you bend the stem, you know, internally, you pretty much stuffed up the movement. So you really got to be careful with this, and just firm, nice and firm in place, and away you go. Take your time. There's no use in rushing this stuff, because if you get this wrong, you're pretty much done. So let's just check the movement. We push it in. Yep, starts. Make sure that none of the hands touch. Obviously we check the levels, and again, in the instructions in the video that you get, this is all inclusive. This shows you exactly what you need to do. So it is challenging, guys, especially this part, putting that seconds hand on. So that seems to work. We hack it again. Yep, we're good to go. Now lastly, I'm just going to clean the dial with any little dust particles. Really gentle, really just, you know, take anything off that. I'm obviously got the loopy on my eye here so I can see magnified. And now we get the chapter ring and we align it. Again, it's got pins in it. We align it top and bottom, and very gently we're going to squeeze it and persuade it into place. And again, the bottom of the actual case holder as well as the top of the chapter ring. So nice and gentle, you know, being careful not to touch the movement. And as you can see, I press with my gloves rather than with my right hand. It just makes it a lot easier, avoiding any problems. Next thing we need to do is put the spacer. That just goes on top of the actual chapter ring. So that just sits in place. Yep, we've done that. That's perfect. A little bit of a clean. Yep, let's clean the case. Nice, easy. So the case has been upside down all this time, so it should be pretty much pristine and clean from, you know, from delivery, from when it came in. So last thing I need to do is remove that stem again. So let's get that crown out of there. Away it goes. And we're ready to put the one on top of the other. So the way I do it is basically just place gently. Now the pad that you can see, that's my pad, so that wasn't included, so I just swip it over just like that, switch it over, and just gently persuade it into a little notch that's in the case. So once I get it in there, then I can use my hands, and again I'm just pressing on the actual case holder, not the actual movement. So nice and gentle, and you'll feel it, it just starts to slip in, and you know you've got it right. So there you go, looks pretty good. With anything, if it's the first time I put the movement in, what I usually do is get the case back itself. I'll screw it on even without the seal, just to evenly press that movement down, just hand tighten, just like that, and then remove it again. And now if we check the actual movement, it should be spot on. It should have seated just perfectly. So let's have a look. Nice. Perfect, exactly how it should be. Let's have a look at the other side. Spot on. We'll give it a bit of a clean first, and now we'll locate the seal, the rubber seal at the back. So I'll gently persuade it in with these tweezers. Again, take your time. If you make a mistake here, if you sort of wreck a seal or something, they are purchasable. You can get other ones, but it's always better to take your time. Now putting the crown back in, the reverse process, nice and easy. A little bit of twisting and away it goes. And as you can see, the movement is winding. We might as well lock it down. So I screw the crown down. So a bit of a clean. Just double check that seal is in place, and as you can see there, I found a little bit of debris and a hair, so I pull that out. Might as well give it a little bit more of a cleanse, a few dust particles. Since we do have an exhibition case back, might as well keep it spotless. So there you go. We get the case back, put that on, again align it, get it in place, hand tighten, and then we use the case back tightening tool to actually get it tightened. A lot of people make a mistake here where they over tighten the case back, where they go metal to metal. They actually crush the seal, and that's not what you're meant to do. You're meant to actually just get it nice and firm. Basically it's something that you can feel. It's firm enough not to leak, but not loose enough that it's going to come off. So now looking at the actual bezel, the insert here, we remove the self-adhesive backing, as you can see. So if I remove this, again, critical guys, line this up. You don't want to be removing stuff once you get it wrong, so it's better to take your time. And again, I don't want this to be a Seiko, so I'm taking my time to make sure there's no back play. I line it up, and before I press it down, I'm just gently sitting it there. I'm going to look at this at all different levels, from up, down, and all the rest. So once I'm happy, then I'll press it in. There you go. So that's lovely. We'll just check it. We'll go all the way around and just see that it locks in. at midnight. Perfect, spot on. So there you go, it's not a Seiko, even though it does have an NH35. So there you go, so that's the actual watch. Now we're going to put the actual strap on. So I'm going to check the strap. I was supplied with a rubber strap. It was actually an option that came with this watch, which I opted for, and I thought I think it'll look nicer and be better suited for this unit. So these are quick release spring bars. Yep, let's get this on. So nice and easy, and as you can see, we're 9 minutes and 32 seconds. Pretty cool. So just gentle persuasion that goes in. Can we make it in 20 more seconds? We get the last one. Should be right. Nice and easy. No, and you always seem to just get some difficulties in this last one. No, come on. And no. There you go, it pops in. So with a few seconds to spare, stop the clock, guys. Bang, there you go, 9:59. Brilliant. So let's give the watch a bit of a clean. So guys, it wasn't that difficult. This took me 40 minutes to do. It is a little bit challenging, especially those hands. The rest of it was pretty straightforward, but their instructions that they offer you are brilliant. They really are, guys. So I'll take it, I'll put it on the wrist. I'll show you guys what it looks like on my 7-inch wrist. There you go. So that's the watch that I built, guys. I'm really happy. You know, it's something different. I think this company is offering people, you know, a bit of an experience here, and you get to pick your own dials. I chose the red. You get to pick your own sort of watch, and why not? It's something that I think it gives you a bit of fulfillment that you've actually inputted to the finish of this watch. So I hope you enjoy that, guys. Something different. For me, it was a bit of a challenge. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.